Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my From the Car segment, my What I'm Thinking video. Yeah, it's the day, or I guess to say the day of the Everton match. 3 points are a given, or not given, are a requirement for today. And get the 3 points, we get the 5 point gap on City. And why not? Why not? So I'm looking forward to the game. So I'll go through a couple of things before as we start here. Had Emile Rowe and QER play in the U21s. Sounded like they played pretty well there. QER showed some skills that we've heard of, and that's good to see. Emile Rowe looked good. I think he had a couple of shots, wasn't able to score. They could have used that score since they lost 1-0 late in that match after they pulled QER and Emile Rowe. But yeah, that's good to see. That means that he's ready to, he's hopefully getting ready to play and be able to give us some minutes for the first team, at least for Emile Rowe. QER, I think, is probably still later down the line. I guess going into this game, kind of what I'm hoping to see. Like I said, just give me 3 points. I don't really care how they look. I would like to see a continual improvement on our form. I think we played pretty well the last two matches. Improvement in different areas in both. I want to see that again. I think the Trossard experiment is working, and we need to, I think, use it one more time. Maybe we can use Nketiah on the weekend. That'd be fine. But I think for this one, it'd be nice to have Trossard come in if we can get those 5 points, that 5 point gap. Why not? Especially against this Everton team who, as many have seen, their midfield is pretty strong. And I believe Trossard will help us a little bit, being able to come back and support that midfield a little bit more, especially if Partey is not available. I don't expect to see him play anytime I hear, well, we'll see how he practices today. He hasn't practiced much, but we'll see how he practices today, and then we'll bring him in. That doesn't even make any, once I hear that, I just assume he's not going to play. Why bring him in if he hasn't actually been practicing on a regular? That they wouldn't do that to Jesus, right? They want to make sure he can practice, recover. Same thing for Partey. Why not? If he's still not able to practice every day and respond positively, then there's no rush. If he can come in and give us 30 minutes to close out a match, why not? But otherwise, I kind of feel like he should just take sit this one out, at least as far as the starter goes, and let Jorginho continue to play. He's been solid in terms of keeping us, in the games at the least. Partey gives us more, of course, but for now we've got a decent backup. We've got actually a good backup, I would say. So if that's Trossard and Jorginho for me starting, that means Nketiah and Partey probably won't start for me. Nketiah in the last game, I think made it easy for Everton to do what they did on our wings. So why even go do that again? Trossard gives us something different. He opens it up for the wings and gives a threat through the middle. Yes, he's not as big and as strong as Nketiah, but I believe movement is key in this game. If they're bigger, then they're slower, and Trossard's smaller, so he's faster or quicker. So why not? And that also allows us to move things around. We can bring Martinelli inside, Saka inside, and kind of switch things up a little bit so we can use our movement against them. I was listening to the Aussie Gunner and Akpos talking today, and it sounds like they're, if we can counter on them, then we can get what we want. We don't counter. Our counters are not, as I've seen, and as you probably have seen, and as Steve mentioned, really slow. We start the counter, and then we kind of just hold back a little bit and allow the defense to catch up. I would like us to just put our head down, attack that back line, and then with that in mind, hopefully be able to hold out the ball just enough so that our other teammates can catch up, get into some spaces, and then maybe we can get something out of it. I think that's how Liverpool was able to score in them. I think we have to be a little bit more definitive in our attacks. A lot of times we're hesitant, and then we pay for it later on when that other team just decides, you know what, you're going to give us an opening, take it. I always say, take what the defense gives you. If you're able to get on the counter and you have an advantage, meaning you either have pace or you have numbers, take advantage of that. We should do that. We've got players that can do that, Martinelli and Saka on the wings. If they have space and time and an opportunity to get past their man, why not? So let's do that. Defensively, I've heard talk about bringing Tomiyasu in for Ben White. I mean, they scored one goal, and the goal they scored was one that we should not happen defensively. So I'm not too concerned too much about the defense, but yeah, if we want to up our odds and Tomiyasu gives us that, then let's do that. I think Arteta needs to get in, take advantage of the skill sets of his players, and if we need to make sure they don't get anything in the air, Tomiyasu's the man, right? And that allows Zinchenko to basically bomb up, move up the field, pitch a little bit as well, and support the midfield. So options. We got good options now. I like that. 3 points is all I want. 3 points. I can see a 1-0 win, but I think we need to be able to score 3 goals at some point this season. I would like to see that. I think we have a team to do that, be it 2 goals early and then 1 goal late to just seal the thing. I think we've got 3 goals in us in this team, and that's been disappointing. We haven't been able to do that lately. So we did it against Villa, but it would have been better if it was 3-1 going into the late parts of that game. But I think in regulation, in 90 minutes, we should be able to score 3 goals against some of these teams that we're playing leading up to the Liverpool or City match, depending on how far forward you want to go. So that's pretty good. As I've said, this part of this season's been a good season. The way this season has panned out, if you think about it, we're sitting top of the league, whereas last season we were kind of sitting solidly in a top 4 spot. Then we lost players. This one, totally different, sitting top of the league with some of our top players still not 100%, with Partey maybe coming back from injury and Jesus actually practicing with the squad. So Milsrif Rowe and Reece Nelson also coming in. So that to me is a promising sign that, we're still top of the league and we have starters and squad players or backups that can come in and support the team as we go through this late run. 14 more games, 3 points each. I'll take it. All right, let's try and do that. What else we got going on? So that's it for me. One last thing, as you know, Steve Featley has he's left us, right? A man I've done a couple of shows with, I've chatted with in the chat room, and I've called him out when I can. But yeah, he's left us. But yeah, it's sad because it's too early, right? It's too early for some people to leave us. But that is life, as they call it. And with that, I'd like to say life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. And we'll see you on the next one. All right.